Y'all, okay, what's on my mind today? I really feel like I am basically grieving a past version of myself. Y'all know life is all about rebirth. It's all about transformation, right? And we're constantly evolving. We're constantly becoming a new version of ourselves with any given moment. And whenever you're somebody who is very intentional about your growth, you become more aware of your path and why you are the version of you that you are now, who you need to become in the next chapter, how each version of you has helped you get to where you are and has helped you grow and thrive and, you know, has helped to heal you and open up doors for you. And we become attached to these versions of ourselves, as we should, because they have served their purpose. And it's interesting because I would say about a year ago, I had something happen. It wasn't bad at all. It's actually a really inspiring thing. And I just remember telling myself, you know, after this, I'm never going to be the same person again. And I got intentional about my growth and my discipline in a way that I had never been before. And I remember, you know, sitting and writing down exactly who I wanted to become in the next chapter, what I needed to start doing, what I needed to stop doing, boundaries I needed to have, just what I needed to do to become the very best version of myself in that next chapter. And like I said, that was about a year ago. Fast forward now, last night I was reflecting and I was like, oh my God. Although it wasn't easy and although I, you know, wasn't perfect on my journey, I don't think anybody is. Throughout this past year, I have pretty much done everything that I said I was going to do. I held myself accountable. I stayed disciplined. I don't want to maybe it's in another video I'll talk about some of these things, but everything that I said I was going to do, I did it. Everything that I needed to quit doing, I quit doing that. And I showed up for myself and I've completely transformed. And it's just like, wow. If you're familiar with astrology, I'm in my Saturn return right now, and basically Saturn is the planet of structure, discipline, karma, and basically getting yourself together. And when I look back on who I was, and it's all like documented on the internet, starting, if you go look on my other channel, my yoga channel, a lot of my older videos just show me, you know, and who I was at that time. And every version of me is such an icon, like love all versions of me, but I'm kind of grieving who I was today, because here I am. And again, I don't know, it's maybe a combination of the Saturn return and being in a new decade, like who I was. How do I explain? I used to be so impulsive and spontaneous, kind of reckless at moments, and very much like if I want to do something, I'm gonna do it right then and there, no questions asked, moving with emotion as opposed to logic. And you know, I can't explain, but the version of me that I was, when I tell you, she has gotten me so far. Like, amazing opportunities, amazing doors have opened up. I'm at a really beautiful place in my life. And when I look back, even on the moments that I've, you know, gotten hurt or I've fallen down or I failed, I needed all of that. And I'm so thankful that I basically had the courage and such a free spirit to be able to put myself out there and do the things that I've done, and just always having this inner knowing that I was going to be okay. But when I reflect on who I am now, and of course I'm still, you know, coming into this version of me, I'm just like, wow. I feel, how to explain? I feel more mature. I feel more mature. I feel like I'm really a grown-up now. I think all the lessons that I've gone through in my Saturn return, I've really paid attention, and I've gotten more serious about what it is that I want and just how I'm moving. I'm at a place where I am a little bit more logical. I'm always gonna be free spirited, and I'm always gonna, you know, go after the things that I want to. But again, I'm more logical and calculated with how I'm moving. I'm taking my time. I'm healing myself in different ways. Back in the day, you know, because I didn't know any better, I was mainly focused on healing my heart and healing my mind from some of the things that I've gone through. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, now I'm at a place where I'm doing more healing of my body. I'm finding a healthy balance between everything. Like I mentioned in my last video that I uploaded about centering myself and finding my worth, I am very much stubborn when it comes to my boundaries and the things that I don't feel are good enough for me. Because, you know, back in the day when I did like boundaries, I would settle at moments. It took me a really long time, I guess, to become so grounded in who I am and so self-assured, and to basically, how do I explain it? Sorry, I didn't even plan this video. It was on my heart. But I guess to be this version of me, I can't explain it any other way, but besides saying that I feel like a real grown-up right now. Like, I feel really centered. I feel more sensible at this chapter. And it's interesting because I'm like, wow, with all of this newfound knowledge that I have and the version of me that I become on this chapter, combined with who I have been and the experiences I've had, I'm just so excited to see who I become in the next chapter and the life that I create in this next chapter and everything that happens for me, because I have been so intentional about living in alignment and been very, very serious about my growth. Really, I've been in a place where, you know, most vices and distractions, they're gone. I don't need them. I don't want them. I don't want anything getting me off my path. For the past year, I've been at a place where, don't get me wrong, y'all, I love to live my life and have fun and everything like that, but I've been in a place where, again, I've been more disciplined with everything. I do not mind sitting at home, missing out, saying no. I do not have to be on the scene. I do not, you know, I guess I'm just focused on me and myself and my happiness, and I don't really care what I'm missing out on, because I'm thinking more long term with my goals. I think more about where I want to be in 5 years and 10 years, and what are the seeds that I need to plant today in order for me to, you know, get there and accomplish the goals that I have moving forward. So I am, again, it's like I'm being more obedient, and I'm paying more attention to what I know I need to be doing as opposed to what I want to be doing in that moment. And again, I'm thinking about how everything is going to pay off. And so, yeah, when I look back on who I was, it's just like, oh my, and I actually talked in my first video on this channel about like starting over at 30, and I talked about how one thing that was really difficult for me to do was move out of Vegas because I was still attached to that version of myself and I didn't want to let her go. Now it's at the point where I'm grieving her. I'm like, oh my God, that version of me, she's gone. You know, it's like rebirth. It's such a beautiful thing. And what's funny is it's going to keep happening over and over and over again. The version of me that I'm becoming right now, she's going to be gone. You know, in 6 months to a year, I'm going to be a whole completely different version of myself. And that it's like the beauty and the nature of life. I always say one thing I love about life is that we can wake up at any moment and restart. We can become exactly who we need to be. We can create the exact life that we want to create at any given moment. That is the beauty that we have, because the one thing that's constant in life is change. The only thing that's constant in life is change. And so when we embrace that, life becomes so much fun. But it is interesting when you look up and you're like, I did it. Look at where I'm at. Look at how far I've come. Like, I'm proud of me for getting me here, but damn, I'm gonna admit, like, the old version of me was such an icon. I'm going to miss that version of me. I don't know. It's like, you know, like grieving that part of me, but also celebrating. It's so funny. I'm going to this event in a couple of days, and I was like, I want to celebrate something. And I'm big on doing that anyway. I love to celebrate all the time. I love to celebrate my growth and what's to come next. But I was like, I want to have something to celebrate. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be something. But now I see, when I go to that event, I'm going to celebrate my rebirth. Cheers to a rebirth. Cheers to new beginnings. Cheers to letting yourself evolve over and over and over and over again and becoming exactly who you need to be multiple times, and just embracing all of that and being deeply in love with yourself and your journey. Yay, rebirth. But oh my God, that version of me, she served her purpose and she left. What's this version of me gonna do? I don't know. Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you in the very next video.